the 22nd of November 1963. The 22nd of November 1963 was a relatively eventful day. In the UK, for example, the Beatles issued their second album, With the Beatles, to a hysterical popular and critical reaction. Whilst on the other side of the Atlantic, Stanley Kubrick's Dr. Strangelove was getting its first test screening, and the 35th President of the United States of America was being shot in the head and reputedly killed. Concerned that this latter event would distract viewers, the BBC postponed broadcast of their revolutionary new science fiction show called Doctor Who until the next day. Three of these four events are often inextricably associated in the minds of those old enough to recall them and others who just know about them anyway. Over the next 23 years, a bunch of mostly terrible JFK-related tunes would be realised. The first of these, The Byrds' He Was a Friend of Mine, was supposedly written on the day of the shooting and was a reworking of a folk standard but dating back to at least December 1933, when John Lomax had recorded James Ironhead Baker singing Shorty George at Central State Prison in Sugar Land, Texas. McGuinn's lyrics, "From a sixth-floor window, a gunman shot him down," indicated that the singer concurred with the findings of the Warren Commission that JFK had been killed by Lee Harvey Oswald acting alone. This opinion was squarely contradicted by David Crosby of the band when the group played the Monterey Pop Festival in California on the 17th of June 1967. In an interjection prior to the JFK tribute, Crosby alleged, "I'm sure they laid this one out. When President Kennedy was killed, he was not killed by one man. He was shot from a number of different directions by different guns. The story has been suppressed. Witnesses have been killed. And this is your country, ladies and gentlemen." Crosby explicably left the group shortly afterwards. Presumably, the most cynical monstrosity, the first JFK mashup, arrived in 1971 when Tom Clay, purported associate of Marilyn Monroe and the discredited founder of the spurious Beatles booster clubs, assembled What the World Needs Now / Abraham, Martin and John from covers of two songs by session musicians combined with radio soundbites from the Kennedy assassinations and Martin Luther King's mountaintop speech. This sonic abomination went to number 8 in the US charts, so someone must have liked it. Understandably, most of the tributes to the UK were from US-based artists. Jumping on the motorcade, a bandwagon, a decade and a half later, a cluster of British musicians came along. It became customary not to make promo clips for any of these UK tributes though, and the Zapruder footage became a de facto promo video for all of them. Redemption for the meme remained unpostulated until 23 years later on, when NYC DJ Steinsky created his radical sonic montage of the fateful day's news broadcasts. The motorcade sped on. Tommy Boy Records were unable to obtain clearances for the use of Walter Cronkite's voice, and they abandoned any official release. The recording surfaced in a Samizdat white label edition, and copies were bizarrely given away free with a New Musical Express in February 1987. The tune went on to become the exciting new prototype of a dynamic new genre of music.